All right, it's official. It appears that Britney Spears has completely lost her mind again. Like, can you imagine walking into the restroom that is, trying to take a leak, desperately trying to relieve yourself, and out of the blue, out of nowhere, you see one of the world's most biggest former pop stars tweaking the fuck out in the middle of the bathroom? Honestly, I wouldn't even know how to react. Yeah, she does not look well at all. She does not appear to be in her right state of mind. And ladies and gentlemen, by the way, to give you further context, according to the post this was made from, they say Britney Spears said in a new post, and I quote, "Dinner, sushi date, but I have my own girl party in the bathroom. Yummy, the guy was absolutely horrible. Psst, show effort, no makeup." Yeah, Britney, we can see that something is not quite right here. As for the no makeup, that's very evident. Honestly, this is probably one of the most cringe things she's ever posted to the internet to date. And now people in the comment section are saying, not gonna lie, the conservatorship makes so much sense now. Man, it's crazy how this was once the queen of pop is now a social media freak show that convulses in her house. No, that was not her house. That was in the middle of a restaurant, the bathroom, and in an actual restaurant, by the way. And then they go on to say, what is going on in her head? Is she permanently stuck in perform mode? Does she have videos where she's acting normal and talking? All I ever see are these weird videos. Honestly, it's like that meme where they say their body was stolen or cloned or taken by aliens or some shit. Like, this is not the real Britney. Something is not right here. Somebody said, good thing you guys freed her. Listen, I don't advocate for forced conservatorships or people not being in control of their own lives or autonomy or having full autonomy over their bodies and lives. But, you know, given what we are seeing right here, sometimes I suppose it does make sense allowing an individual like this to have access to tens of millions of dollars, I suppose, from her entire catalog. It might be, you know, dangerous, a little dangerous. However, according to this article from page 6, they say Britney Spears' friends, family worried as singer is living in messy mansion covered in dog poop. Now, I'm not gonna lie, that is one hell of a title. Clearly, at this point in time, Britney is not all there. She's, you know, a lot crazy. I'm not entirely sure if she's taking any type of medication or if she's on some type of health meds, head meds, to help soothe and aid her, you know, mental afflictions. But based on the video we just all saw, whatever she's taking is not working. Doctors, if you see this video, please up the milligrams by a lot. They say, is she living in a poison paradise? Britney Spears' friends are reportedly worried about the pop star as she is residing in a, and I quote, messy mansion that is covered in dog poop. The toxic singer is having, and I quote, an episode right now, and we are going to see her battle through it in a way she has for years. And here we can see an image of Britney in her mansion in front of some type of studio equipment lighting. Here we have another photo of Britney in some type of bikini and stiletto type of attire. You know, Britney's always been, when she was younger, a little risque. She, you know, was widely known for her sexy, seductive attitude and ways of dressing and dancing and talking. I mean, good God, she was probably the female pop idol crush for a lot of guys growing up, and a lot of girls too, probably. Let's be honest here. But to see where she is now and the downfall of her mental health, I don't know what she has been diagnosed with personally, but whatever it is, it seems like she can't get over it. Like, this mental health affliction is permanently tarnished her psychology. Any doctors watching this video, please, like, what can you do about this? Can she ever get over this obvious psychological battle she's been going through for damn near 20 years, I think? They say those close to her have seen this over and over again, and though it is monitored, they aren't going to make any type of intervention. Another person from the Spears' family said they are, and I quote, worried about the Grammy winner, adding that she is, and I quote, not doing well at all, and her friends and relatives are terrified for her future. Her house is a mess. She doesn't clean up after her dogs. She doesn't have someone there cleaning every day, and she isn't functioning like an adult would. So, I mean, that is primarily, I suppose, what the conservatorship was about. You know, people, I suppose, a father or mother or guardian being in control of her assets so that they can have the money or the resources to hire a nanny and a maid, a dog walker, and everything else she personally is not doing for herself right now. Clearly, based off of what I'm getting from this article right now, she isn't even taking these dogs out for walks so that they can poop. She's just letting them, I suppose, be stuck in the house, and when they need a pee or poop, they can't go anywhere but inside the house and roam around and probably relieve themselves in a corner somewhere in the mansion. Mind you, for some of my younger Gen Z, and millennials out there who aren't familiar with Britney Spears, this is some screenshot of Britney Spears' performances back in 2001, when she was much younger. Clearly, you can see the attire she was wearing, the dance backup dancers. You can see how she used to look and why a lot of people would have a crush on her. She's probably been a high influence and a major role model to younger pop stars like Sabrina Carpenter, for example. There appears to be a lot of similarities between a young Britney Spears and a Sabrina Carpenter today. Hopefully Sabrina Carpenter in 20 years time doesn't crash the fuck out like Britney Spears is doing right now. I mean, she's constantly posting photos like this that looks like she just woke up, crawled out of bed and put on anything. What is this? What is she even wearing here? Like, clearly this girl is in need of desperate help, but she doesn't want it and nobody can force her to get help, I mean, good God, what is going on here? In the comments somewhere, Charlene in the comments said, I don't know why, but for some reason, as a retired woman, I would take her in and let her vent everything bad that ever happened to her in her life. No holds barred. I'm originally from Louisiana, just like her, and went through a ton of bad stuff, but thankfully, I had enough stamina to work it out for the better of my own. No matter what anyone said, it's hard, sweetheart, but you can do it. Somebody else responded back by saying, unfortunately though, mental illness doesn't just need talking out. She needs to be on her meds and in counseling with a psychologist. I have family and friends who are not taking bipolar meds, and this is exactly what it looks like. You can't cure it with talk, but with medication. Counseling will help. Kanye is also on this self-destructive path, right? Because Kanye has been clinically diagnosed with bipolar, ADHD, and boy clearly doesn't take his meds. And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people with these mental health afflictions say that the meds kind of like dulled their senses and makes them feel kind of like a husk of them, their true selves. So I can understand why a lot of people with these mental health afflictions are adverse to taking their meds. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about this. I mean, Britney Spears doing this in the middle of a sushi restaurant's bathroom is crazy. It's cringe. She's too old to be doing that. I mean, her age doesn't even matter. Anybody doing this in a bathroom, they could be 20 years old, 30 years old, 15 years old. It's cringe as hell, bro. Why are you doing this? Clearly you're spazzing the fuck out. You're tweaking. There's something wrong and you need help. But thoughts, opinions down below. What do you think about this? Also, subscribe to the channel, turn on noties. Feel free to air all your opinions and comments down below, and catch all of you in the next one.